Hello, welcome to On Me Edson. I hope you're well. So, a very quick video here talking about, are we about to see potentially the return of the European Super League? Well, this is a story that is developing and it has some legs, but initially UEFA could be in trouble. The story is that because of the failed European Super League attempt, especially by the leading clubs like Real Madrid, now Real Madrid want to take UEFA to court and sue them, wait for it, for €4.5 billion. €4.5 billion. They want to sue UEFA for loss of earnings, I assume, or whatever it is. So they're really going to town. They believe they have a case against UEFA. Now, UEFA smacked this down, the European Super League, and also it was the clubs that pulled out the top six in the UK, in the English Premier League at the time, of course. We're talking Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, wasn't it? Those 6 teams that pulled out. Then you got Juventus, Bayern Munich. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments below whether they pulled out or whether they just said they didn't want to be involved in the first place. I think it's the latter with Bayern Munich. So fair play to them. But at the time, everybody's hopping mad. You can't do this. It breaks up football. I was one of those. Absolutely. European Super League. No. But the time, there was some kind of motions to say, no, this is the way it's going to be. And it's not necessarily all about a European Super League. It's also a pull away from UEFA, because UEFA were just dominating too much and making lots of decisions that was to the detriment of clubs all over Europe, especially the big clubs, which they thought they were having a disadvantage against them for whatever reason. Now, what transpired afterwards is that there was a European court ruling to say that UEFA acted illegally in that they were preventing other European clubs from joining the proposed European Super League. That was deemed illegal because it's an outside entity. You could have a governing body in terms of the clubs within your governing body, but you can't influence anybody or any other club, let's say in this case, from joining another entity, right? So I believe that went against them. So it could be that on the basis of that, this is how Real Madrid are able to bring this case against UEFA. I would not be surprised if this has legs and it goes quite far in the courts. And it wouldn't be surprised here if this spurns another European Super League attempt. It really depends how UEFA come out of this, how Real Madrid come out of this, and if other teams want to jump in on this court proceedings against UEFA and how they feel about it. And I suppose it really depends what happens in the next 4 or 5 years. But could this be a return of the Super League? Some commentators this morning in Europe have actually been saying, yeah, potentially this could lead to another European Super League attempt. But primarily, what's happening now is a 4.5 billion, yeah, you heard it right, billion euro court case against UEFA that is being brought by Real Madrid. Now, whether it even gets to court, who knows with these things, right? Does that have legs in itself? Will it just be, battered away and say, no, there's no grounds for this? But obviously, Real Madrid, with their might and with their legal representation, they believe they have a case. And I wouldn't be surprised if this does get to court and we see something. Now, let's just say, if the worst case scenario for UEFA, that is, that they lose this case, they have to pay 4.5 billion euros to Real Madrid, then that opens up the floodgates for any other team that was involved to say, actually, no, you paid them, you've also got to pay us. I don't know how this works for UEFA. I don't know what this looks like for UEFA, but could we be talking that UEFA could be bankrupt over this? That seems like a lot of money just to pay out for one club, and then potentially that's a precedent for any other club that was involved to start taking legal proceedings against UEFA. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, I don't want this European Super League to ever raise its head again. I certainly don't believe it should be. I certainly believe that it should be working within UEFA. But there's no doubt there are problems with the UEFA and the relationship with clubs all over Europe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching, and I'll catch you again. Bye now.